Hello and welcome to Third Power Life podcast. This is going to be the first in a series that I've been wanting to do forever, and it's the physics of self-improvement. And today I'm talking about inertia. How do we get ourselves to change?
So, the big question is this: how are successful professionals like us going to keep increasing our business success and yet still have a full, balanced, and vibrant life that we absolutely love? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. I'm Dan Gentry, and welcome to Third Power Life Podcast.
All right. I love physics. I'm a science geek. If you followed me at all, you know that. I mean, hell, my logo looks like a little atom, right? And I love physics, and I love things that translate across disciplines, right? You've got something that's true in physics and in science, and it's the same that's true in spirituality. It's the same that's true in human development and all of that. And inertia is this. It's one of those things, right? It's so cool how the scientific concept that a body at rest wants to remain at rest, a body in motion wants to remain in motion. Basically, anything doesn't want to change its trajectory, doesn't want to move or alter its course, right? And this is so true from a human dynamics perspective. Right, a body at rest. We're sitting where we are. We don't want to move. We don't want to get up and go. We don't want to make a change, right? We all want change, but only the change that we want, that we request, right? And even when it's something that we really want, it's hard to overcome our existing patterns and change the trajectory of our lives. Because the whole concept of inertia is if something's moving, it's going to stay moving in that straight line and not deviate unless acted on by an outside force, right? And a body that's just sitting there is not going to change unless acted on by an outside force, right? So we have to change. We have to it takes energy, it takes effort, right? If you've ever tried to push a car that's been stalled, it's it's so hard. You're pushing like crazy and it feels like nothing's happening, and slowly but surely it starts to move, right? And then once it's moving, you can keep applying pressure and it feels easier to accelerate it, right? And that is exactly the case with us, with human dynamics. When we want a goal, I want to lose weight. I want to run a marathon. One of my personal goals in the next 12 months, I will run a marathon, right? Putting it out there. It's July 5th, 2020, and assuming the world doesn't end by July 2021, I will have run a marathon. But you know what? It's hard to get up and go train right now because I'm not in good shape. There are all of these whiny reasons, but it's inertia. It's overcoming the not wanting to move. And it takes a lot of energy. It's just like pushing that car. It goes slow at first, but then once you get it started and you start movement, now it's easy to start changing course, right? And the same is true for things that we're doing. Our habits have us moving in a trajectory, right? And that may not be where we want to go. There are habits that you have, habits that I have that do not serve us. And if we don't change that trajectory, we're in trouble, right? And it's the things we eat, the habits that we have at work. It's the habit of working too much and not spending time with the family. It's the habit of not making small deposits in your relationship. All of these things, these trajectories, right, in your relationship, are you on a trajectory for forever, or are you on a trajectory for divorce? right? I mean, it's serious stuff. So where are you moving? And the beautiful thing is, if you're already moving, if you already have an existing habit, it's not that hard to nudge it a little bit out of the way, right? It's, was it the sci-fi movies? If the asteroid coming to Earth, well, if they can nudge it far enough away, it'll miss the Earth. But when it's real close, it's impossible to move in time. So if you can start now and just, instead of going this way, you can nudge it just a little bit, it goes all the way over here, right? So now's the time to make those changes. And in habits, I've got a whole session that I talk about how to change habits. And it's, you've got hooks that, triggers that make you start a habit. And there's a reward that you get, and you just need to change how you get that reward, right? In the 30-second version, right? But we can make changes, and it's not that difficult, but it takes energy and it takes discipline right now. And let me tell you, if we don't do it now, you're going to regret it. They always say that, there's a cost of success and a cost of failure, right? And the cost of success is far less than the cost of failure. But the cost of failure you pay at the end. The cost of success you pay now. So overcome your inertia. Get out, take the action necessary. Put the energy in to make a change in your life. You can do it. I have absolute faith in you. It starts now, and it starts by applying the effort right now. It doesn't have to be huge, but it needs to be started. And eventually, that pushing car will start to speed up. And you keep that pressure on, and you can accelerate your success. And move your life, not just an okay life, not a good life, but a great life, a life to the third power. Do it. I'm glad that you enjoyed this podcast. I'd love to hear what you got out of today's episode. So if you could please take a screenshot and share it to social media and tag me at Third Power Performance on both Facebook or Instagram, at Third Power Perf on Twitter. I would love to hear how it's affected you. And I would love it if you would subscribe. You can click the button right there, or to get more episodes, you can look at our featured video right here. And you can also check us out at www.thirdpowerperformance.com.